Okay, we thank you for reviewing North End Masonry. We're showing some foundational options on 100-year-old homes that have sandstone that may have been damaged by previous repairs caused from smearing mortar or stuccoing over the surface. And so, as you can see, there's hardly any definition on the joints at all as far as what stone's what, and as far as what's going on here, it's hard to tell. And so what we would do on this kind of a situation is remove all of the old excess mortar that is there. Even if it's still good, we would still try to get back the stone shape, and because we definitely want to bring some shape out of these, especially if they've been laid square. So it's terrible at videoing this. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's been 100 years old in the weather. It's the color of like a dark charcoal. And on the inside of this stone, of course, if it was new, it would be a light buff or a dark buff. So jumping over here, this is after, of course, zoom out. Oh, terrible at this. Okay, so this is after it's been stained and with the new joints put in. You see how the squareness has returned back to the joints? I think I'm too close here. Let's see if I can. There, it's a little better. There we go. Okay, so now you can see all the shape of all the stone. Actually, still got a lot of its integrity. And some of these are still wet, where we put mortar in, and we'll come back and stain some of these if they haven't dried right. This is the look they wanted, was kind of a newer stone look. And of course, when it's wet, our stain will allow it to give these great contrasts. So that just like natural stone, it's going to be a lot darker when it's wet and then lighter when it's dry. So these are some finished areas that haven't quite dried. That's the color we went from that black. And so this is another dry area without the joints, and kind of shows how much of the mortar we remove in order to get back the actual shape of the stone. And so you might look at this and go, wow, man, it took all of the masonry with it when you took the joints, and it did take a lot of it. You can see here where the brushes are from the stucco. They actually had this whole thing stuccoed. This is what was underneath it. And so once you get the joints in, though, it doesn't look half bad. I mean, you can hardly tell that the stone were that beat up. It's just when they're deep and opened that they look bad. So we don't let that bother us. We want to get strong stone. You get all the weak stuff out. There's some other area. And one of the cool things about filling in the holes with mortar and then staining is some of these stone that are here, like this one right here, that was actually 3 stones, and there's just no way to tell. And this one you might be able to tell a little bit, and so we got to do a little bit of daubing with the black to hide that. But we haven't done the joints on this yet, and this is still wet from staining. Here's some more area that's opened up. It's just stained. And I would definitely say, if you're wondering whether to stain first or grout first, we did a little of both to see what one was better. And I definitely like the grouting first, because if you grout first, then you could just stain the joint after you do the stone. Then you got to stain. Now here's some of the original look again of what we're up against. You can see how there's just no definition of anything that's going on. It's just random people that have tried to do their best. Here's some area that was under a porch. You got some kind of original color for stone here because it wasn't out in the weather. And then of course you got this side here we already looked at. That shows us how black it is from over the years of pollution taking its toll. And I think this is an original area right here where mortar for some reason turns white or stays white, where the stone will turn black. And I never could figure that part out. Thank you for viewing.